Anyone going to join today? Anyone else? I think we are good, right? Geeta, Nani, Bharat, Dinesh. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to share my screen. Just a sec. Post disable. So in the last class, we have seen about how can we able to configure the GitHub and everything, and we created a kind of GitHub account, and from that GitHub account, how can we able to retrieve the data, and how can we able to push the data and everything from our machine, that we will see today. Okay, so today I changed my machine. We just need to configure a couple of things from the starting onwards. By external, no, we don't have. So basically, what is our target today? What is our target today is that we will configure the VS Code. Connect VS Code with GitHub repositories, and also connect code commit service. This is something new. Code commit service, which is same like GitHub from VS Code. Okay, so we will connect and then we will push, and we will push, pull, and clone the data, clone the repositories from GitHub to GitHub, or code commit to VS Code. Okay, this is our intent. Okay, hello, are you guys hear me? Are you guys hear me? Bharat, are
Yes,
you
sir.
with me? Okay, perfect. So first, how can we able to configure that? And for configuring VS Code and everything, what are the items? What are the software components we require? So we will see them. For configuring the VS Code and also GitHub Visual Studio Code, and it is a freeware, and also GitHub, it is also freeware. How can we able to install and everything? I think I already have a GitHub in my yeah, git bash. I'm already having that. So let's just configure the VS Code. I already having a VS Code a long way back. VS Code user setup. I'm already having it. So I just downloaded from this website just before the class, and make sure it doesn't take longer time. Once it is downloaded, I can go with the installation, GitHub, GitHub. Okay, extract the data. So what is basically this Visual Studio Code? It is nothing but a uh, mm, editor. I would say editor or kind of an um if you are able to see any kind of code, right, any kind of code, if you wanted to edit something like the Python code or shell scripting code or Node.js code, something, any kind of code, if you wanted to make changes into this, this is the editor. So this editor is very much helpful in order to make the changes user friendly. And most of the IT companies, and also not the most of the companies, every IT company, they will be using this Visual Studio Code in order to make their life so much easier, and everyone will be using the uh, using Git repositories or Git or the source code repositories from the Visual Studio Code, and they will make their life very much so much easier. Okay, so as soon as you open this, as soon as you open this, then you will be able to then you will be able to see this page, like where we have to enable the trust page and all. Once it is enabled, then you will be having a accounts. You will be having a accounts. So a turn on account sync. Turn on account sync. So it is asking for the sign in and the turn on, right? So you should supposed to give a access with the sign in with the GitHub. Sign in with a GitHub. So yesterday I created the couple of accounts, right? So we will use them. So I did a sign in. I got. So it is trying to authorizing your GitHub to the VS Code. So we can authorize it. So we can always allow this open. So it is trying to ask for the authorization from the VS Code, and don't ask it again for extensions, just open. So that's it. Now your GitHub, it is configured. 1 second, 5 seconds, turn on the data. It should be signed in. Sometimes it acts weird. No account request. Yeah, turn on. Yes. Now, if you could see this, now it is able to synchronize that. Now I can see what is whatever I have the configured from my GitHub. That GitHub, it has been the synchronized from my the Visual Studio Code. So this Visual Studio Code, it is synchronized. Correct, right? Now let's see. Now we will create a one particular directory, and let's start the action. I'm creating a 7 a.m. class. Okay, 7 a.m. class, and here I'm creating a directory. I'm creating a directory called mm, maybe front end, front end, and inside a front end, I'm creating a one index.html file. Just I want a basic index.html file. Okay. Just for our practicing purpose. Okay, this is something very good. Now, what I'm trying to do, front end, and I'm opening a file. I'm creating a file. It should be HTML file, and this HTML file, I'm saving that into the directory. Index.html. Yes, index.html page has been created. Now let's open this. Welcome to my website. Welcome to my website. Where is this? Welcome to my website. Now, okay, so this is our code. This is our code. Okay, now our code, we wanted to import it into the Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code. Okay, let's close this Visual Studio. And again, I'm opening from the scratch. I just opened my Visual Studio. Now I will make sure that I connected to my GitHub repositories. Yes, I connected that. Now, what is my main intent? I wanted to open a directory, open a folder, click on the open a folder, and let's go to the directory where I wanted to go. So 7am class is my repository, and inside that the 7am class, I have a directory called the front end. Okay, so I'm selecting 7am class is my the main repository. So as soon as I selected that, now it is asking me that do you trust the authors of the file in this directory in this folder? Yes, we should accept it. I trust the authors. So when I trust the authors, then it is when when I click here, and it is creating the structure of the directory from top to the bottom wise. So now if I wanted to create another directory, now if I wanted to create the another directory, I can create a like backend. I can create a directory called the backend. So if you come in here, so now if you see, when I created a directory from the Visual Studio Code, that is going to create a directory in your local file system also. So this is applicable for the Linux machines or also the Windows machines, whichever machine you are going to use it as the backend, it will work for that. So now let's consider I have a file in a backend in a front end that is a index.html file. So as soon as I open the file, based upon my format, it is made that syntactical checks and everything. Okay, that semantic reformatting styles and everything that it has been made. Okay, so once it is made it up, now if we wanted to push it to the cloud, now if we wanted to push it to pushing it to the cloud, how can we able to push it that? Okay, now let's log into the GitHub. Let's log into the GitHub. Okay, I think I already logged in now. So this is my repository, and yesterday I created a repository called Gita, and inside a Gita, I don't have any data. So now I wanted to push my content to the Gita itself. Okay, how can I able to do that? How can I able to do that? So just like that, I can able to copy this information, that SSH information. Okay, SSH information. I will come here. It is the clone. Oh, okay, this is different thing. Okay, forget about this Gita repository. Now let's come in here. Let's come to the Sandeep for BI. It is my the account name, and within that account name I'm having the GitHub repository. Now I'm going to push the 7 a.m. repository. So for that, how should I able to do that? Just you need to come to the source control, and when you come to the source control, and if you don't have any uh, Git is configured for your repository, then you need to do the initialization. Yes, I click on the initialization. As soon as I click on the initialization, immediately it will, in the backend, it will create a directory. Okay, so that will be in a hidden directory, like options, you show hidden. Yes, now if you see here, .git directory, it will get created. .git directory, it will get created when you initialize it. When you initialize here. So as soon as I initialization is completed, now if you come and see here, immediately it is showing it as a U for untracked or updated information. Now, if I'm trying to create a new file, yeah, if I'm trying to make these changes, now if I'm trying to make these changes, like now I'm trying to add a new file, new line into this. Welcome to my website. Welcome to Sandeep's DevOps class. So as soon as I made the changes, still I did not update it. Still, I mean, I saved the file, but I did not added this file to the inventory. So how can I able to add this inventory? So just you click on this stage changes, just a plus symbol. When you click on the plus symbols, immediately it is going to become as a added. So once it is added, then you can able to commit, or with the you can able to do passing some message to that also. So this is my first commit. This is my first commit, and in this thing I can able to commit, or I can able to do the commit and push the changes also. Now push is nothing but whatever changes you are doing in your local repository. So now this is your local repository. This is the local repository. So from now onwards, what we are doing now, we are going to make the changes the permanently into the remote repository. So for that purpose, we are trying to pushing the changes into the Git repository. So now when you where you are trying to push your changes, basically I explained about the branching concept. So to which branch you are going to publish your changes. So here, if you can see this in the bottom, in the left hand side, where you see my cursor and all, it is pointing to the main branch. See here. See here, when I click on that, the main branch in the top, you can see the create a new branch, or create a new branch from. Create a new branch from. So since I don't have the multiple branches for this the repository, I don't see any other branches names. So now I'm going to create a new branch. So when I click on the create a new branch, so the branch name is a Bharat. Branch name is a Bharat. So once I type the branch name, just hit enter. Just hit enter. What it is doing that git fatal, header is not commit, or the branch Bharat header cannot be created. So basically it did not commit the changes. Just we will commit the changes. So we made the commit. We made the commit. I mean, because we are in the partial changes has been completed. Now we can create a branch. Now we can create a branch. Bharat. Yes, I created the branch called Bharat. Now I'm in the branch Bharat now. So Bharat now. So from the Bharat, welcome to Sandeep. No, it's a Bharat DevOps class. And I when I the modified the changes, if you clearly observe, it is in a blue color. It is in the blue color. When I'm trying to add the new line, see, whenever you are adding a new line, or you are making any the changes to that, no, adding a new line, that is going to be in the blue color. If you are updating something which is existed, uh, it should come as a red color something it will be coming. Basically there are three types of the colors will be the showing here: green color, blue, and red. Wherever if you see the red color, red indicating that in your Visual Studio Code you are not able to follow the correct syntax checks. You're not able to follow the correct syntax checks. So that kind of automation is done in the Visual Studio Code, so that it will clearly inform you that what are the changes has been done, and those changes are really good to go or not, syntactical wise. Syntactical wise, not as a logical wise. Okay, once a syntactical checks everything it is completed. Now you modified the file. When you modified the file, immediately if you come to the source control, here it is already showing it as the modified. Now you need to click the stage changes. Stages are changed, and then you will make a commit. Second commit to Bharat branch. Second commit to Bharat branch. Now commit and push the changes. That's it. Your remote tree has no remote changes to the remote. Add remote. Add remote. Now I'm going to add a remote repository. Publish to GitHub private repository. Yes. Publish to 7 a.m. repository. Publishing GitHub to the uploading files. Yes, it is publishing the changes. 7 a.m. repository, it is created successfully. And now let's come to the GitHub and Sandeep for BI. Where is my repositories? Repositories and 7 a.m. class. Now you can see here 7 a.m. class. In the 7 a.m. class, there will be a two directories. There should be two directories. Sorry, one directory it is there. Mushroom Balu. How come Mushroom Balu came here? Sorry guys, I think my okay. So this particular thing is using by my colleague. So he was authorized to this thing. So that is where his name is the showing here. And if you see here, I made the commit, the second commit to the branch, the Bharat branch, and it is showing me here. And the front end directory it is created. And within the front end directory, I can have the index.html file. So this is very much easier. So and the next option, if I wanted to share this the code repository to the anyone, now if I wanted to share it to the anyone, so it is very simple. I can go with the cloning concept like the HTTPS. I can share this the URL, or if I wanted to the clone this repository using with the SSH and all, so I can copy this file, and I can share it to anyone, so that other people they can able to clone this entire repository into their local machine, and they can make the modification. So as I said in the previous classes, the same repository will be accessible by the 2-3 people, like Bharat can access, and Geeta can access, and also like my friend the Balu, like everyone, they can able to access the same repository. Okay, so So, we have a editor, right? We have a editor, right? The VS Code editor. VS Code is a kind of a editor. So, likewise, VS Code we have a in the GitHub. GitHub created a code sphere. GitHub created a software called Code Sphere. So, this is called Code Sphere. So, this Code Sphere basically you no need to have the local application like VS Code and etc. to make the modifications. So this is something a graphical user interface. This is something as the graphical user interface, and it is by default inbuilt the coming from the GitHub only. It is coming inbuilt from the GitHub only. Just a second. Somebody is at my door. Okay, sorry guys. So if you clearly observe the VS Code, what are the options we have? We have an options for Explorer and the search and source controller, and also the extension, etc., and etc., etc. So that's such kind of options. Can you able to see here? See Explorer, search, source controller, bug fix, and extensions. So all these are the same configurations. By default, it is available in the GitHub also. But majority of the people, they are using with the VS Code. So that is where I started integrating your code repository. I mean your GitHub enterprise with the VS Code, and I'm able to push my the local repository, which is nothing but the 7 a.m. class to the remote repository, so that other people can able to access it. So the same way, a VS Code, we have a other tool called Code Sphere. So other tool called the Code Sphere. So what does this the Code Sphere will do? So this Code Sphere also we can able to do the graphical user interface for adding a files and committing the changes and creating a branches and etc, and etc, etc. So now let's see, using with the code sphere, how can I able to create the another branch? So now I'm clicking on the branch here. Now I'm trying to create the branch called Geeta. Now I'm trying to create the branch called Geeta. So I created a branch. I created a branch called Geeta, and let's see. Now I'm going to add a directory. Now I'm going to add a directory. How can I add a directory? Just I can click on this directory. Okay, so that is nothing but the backend, and inside a backend, I'm having a file called 1.txt, 1.txt. So this 1.txt, this is my backend file. This is my backend file. Okay, I saved the file. I saved the file. It is completed. Now I'll come to the source controller. Now I'll come to the source control. Once I come to the source control, and I will be adding the changes. I mean staging the changes. Changes are staged. Now I'm trying to commit the changes. Before committing, what I need to give? I need to give some comment on that. How maybe this is my first backend file. Okay, I committed. Now, what I'm trying to do, code, commit, and now if I wanted to the commit the changes, I can commit it. Or if I wanted to the commit and push the changes, yes. Now I wanted to commit and push the changes. This branch has no remote branches. Would you like to publish this branch? Yes. I wanted to publish this branch. I wanted to publish this branch. Yes, the branch has been created. Now let's come to the 7 a.m. class. Now if you come and see, Geeta had a recent pushes less than a minute. Who is this Geeta? Geeta is a branch. Now, where can I able to see the branches? Now here I can able to see the branches, but here it is not showing me all my branches. Just refresh the page. See here, I can see the Geeta, but now this is asking me something like, you want me to, Geeta had recent pushes less than a minute ago. I mean to say, Geeta branch is having some changes has been pushed to the repository, the 7 a.m. class repository. That's where it is showing me here. Now if I wanted to merge it to the master branch, now we have to create a pull request. We need to compare and pull request. Compare and pull request. Now I'm comparing the pull request. Create a PR request. Create a pull request. Now I created the PR. Now I created the PR. So this is the important, guys. This is very much, very much important here. So basically here, when you created the PR request, from here onwards, the CI/CD pipeline is going to happen. In fact, CI is going to happening. In a DevOps, you might have seen the terminology called CI/CD. CI is nothing but continuous integration and continuous development. So basically, before you are trying to do the integration and all, you have to make sure that your source code is not having any code issues. Your source code is not having any kind of a code issues. So for that, So for that, we need to make some checks, like when you're trying to add a new file, so is that code, is that new file is having any kind of the security issues are there or not, or the syntax is really good, do you have any the syntactical issues are there or not, all these information that I can able to verify from the code checks. So for that purpose, now I can able to create a rules. I can able to create a rules, and also I can able to do the continuous integration has not been set it up for my thing. So for that, if I wanted to create that, I can go with the GitHub actions. I can go with the GitHub actions. Now, if you see, automate your workflow from the idea to the production. So now I can create a one pipeline. Now I can create the pipeline. How can I able to create a pipeline? That we will see in the next class. So before we are coming to this GitHub actions, I will be explaining to you when I'm starting the Jenkins class. When I'm starting the Jenkins class, because Jenkins and GitHub actions, they both are similar applications. Okay, now for the time being, we will just focus on the source code management. In the source code management, this is how we need to create a PR. Once you created the PR, we can create a merge pull request. So we will see are we having any changes or not, any commits are happened, this is the first backend file, and I can see that what are the other files has been changed. Okay, this is the backend file. Okay, this is only one file has been changed, only one file has been changed. Now in this same file only, now I wanted to add some more changes, like this is my second line of the backend file. I'm so excited to see from pull request. Okay, now I added some text to the GitHub repository. Sorry, in the code sphere, I did a save, and then what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to stage the changes. Changes are staged, and excited changes from pull request. Okay, commit and push. I did a push. Now let's coming to the PR. Let's coming to the PR. Now when I came to the PR, now you see here there is another commit happened to the same branch. When I created the PR, so PR is for as many changes you made it. See, for example, today you are the developer. Okay, the next day after tomorrow, Nani will be there, and after some days, Geeta or the Bharat is going to work on the same repository or in the same branch. But everyone, they are making some progress. So on each and every progress, what do will that? I mean, what they'll do? They'll commit the changes only. They will not make progress anymore. They will commit the changes. As soon as they commit the changes in their repository, as soon as they commit the changes in their repository, in their branches. Oh, first, let me close this thing. It is unnecessarily confusing. So as soon as they commit the changes, immediately it is going to create the entry in your PR request. What is a PR? PR is nothing but pull request. So in that pull request, now you see, can you able to see here? This is my first backend file, and excited changes are from the pull request. Let's click on that. What changes has been done? What changes has been done? Now, can you see here? Can you see here the red color one? The red color one, it is indicating that has been there already before. Now the green color one, that is coming along with the recent changes. Now we can review the changes. We can review the changes. Or if you are making some reviews and everything, then we can able to make the approvals, the commit and the submit request, everything we can able to do. And what are the files has been changed? Only one file, the same file as it has been changed. Now Geeta work also done. Bharat work also done. Who else is there? Who else is there in the class? Dinesh is there today. So Geeta and Bharat, they are out of office in the organization. So they are in a sick leave, or they are in a vacation mode for the 7 days. Now the same task it is assigned to the Dinesh now. So Dinesh, what he suspected that in the backend he want another file called second dot txt, 2.txt. Consider Dinesh expecting he need another file 2.txt. Dinesh expecting another file called 2.txt to be in backend. Okay, so Dinesh he made the changes. Whatever Dinesh made the changes, now Dinesh also he is committing that. Staged the changes and committed. Commit and push. Once he made the conversation, now you see here. So this is first from the Gita, second from Bharat, and third from Dinesh. So whoever they made the changes, every changes will be applied in the PR request. Very good. Now I can just do the merge request. I can just do the merge request. Confirm merge. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Hello. చెప్పమ్మా. ఓకే 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 వస్తున్నాను సరేమ్మా వస్తున్నాను. సరే 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 ఓకే ఓకే 1 minute 1 minute. Guys, kind of the medical emergency. Don't mind. So this is how we can able to do the merging, and the merge happened to the where the merge happened from. Let's see, where did we merge it? Where did we merge it? Now you see here Sandeep BI the merged the pull request one, and now if you see here the backend, in the backend, I can see the 2.txt and other 1.txt, everything it is there in the 7am. Now let's go to the main branch. Where is my main branch here? Oh, Bharat is my main branch, huh? Bharat is my main branch now, I think. Not I think. Yes, correct. Accidentally I changed my master branch to the Bharat, but that is not a right way. We should make Bharat as the common branch, and we should have the master branch. Master branch is having the all the stable information. Okay, this is a kind of an example for you. So how can we able to create a branch, and how can we able to push the changes to the remote repository? And now I have a question. Now I wanted to clone. Now I wanted to clone the 7am class. I wanted to clone the 7am class into my the local machine. How can I able to clone that? How can I how can I able to clone that? Okay, I'm just opening my Git bash into my local machine. Cd dir. Okay, maybe let's go to any one of the directory. Not into the 7am class, guys. 7am class already we have the same directory. So the redshift. Okay, let's come here. Test. So show more. Okay, some permissions are missing, guys. Some permissions are missing. I think I need to rush into the hospital. Don't mind. My wife is not keeping well. Today morning, we enter the hospital. Okay, I'll continue the class tomorrow also. Don't mind. And tomorrow I'll explain about how can I able to clone the class and how can we able to create the Sonar Cube, the quality gate for our GitHub things and all. I will show it to you. Okay, so let's take a pause for today and stay tuned for tomorrow. See you guys.